Happy Hump Day, everybody, and welcome back to Brown Bag Bets. Powered by BetSperts, we are your daily dose of quick hit handicapping and sports betting picks. I'm Alex Christensen, and back from his little respite on BetSperts golf, Mr. Andy Molitor, who you will notice, folks, not in the office today. Where are you, Andy?
I'm still doing BetSperts golf. I'm at the golf tournament. I'm taking in some of the pro-am action. Honestly, fuck sports betting. It's Bitcoin time, baby. It went up today. I'm so mad. You ever get to that point with a book where you're like, I should cash some out and move it around? And I was gonna cash out yesterday, and then of course it jumps like $2,000 today. But here at TPC, which is, I don't remember what the Players Club, Tournament Players Club, I think that stands for, Twin Cities. This is the clubhouse behind me. I'm in the media, not in the media center. I went outside in case they have a press conference. Not 100% sure if the press conference schedule is good here because Cam Champ was supposed to do a presser at 11 Eastern, and you look up at the Pro-Am leaderboard, and he's on the 8th hole. Now, and he didn't start on the back nine, as in he has 10 holes to play.
It's bad scheduling.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe Cam Champ will get to do some interviewing with him. Thomas the Tank Engine is supposed to take the stage later on today, so maybe I can get some questions in. But yeah, I'm going to watch some golf for the afternoon and then head back home. I will be in the office later tonight for the deep dive.
I like that. You guys have been doing a great job cranking through it. How many teams have we got through? 6 already?
6 already, and yes, tonight will be the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. But finally the wind kicked up again yesterday, and I don't enjoy watching people get seriously injured. Even some of the comedy that you see, it's like, guy gets hit with a football in the face or something. That doesn't do it for me. I do enjoy something of the same vein, watching the guy's hat blow off and him running and trying to run and crouch at the same time. So much of that yesterday with the high winds. The running and then the run crouching, and it's not working. And the winds were kicking. Yeah, so I was at the driving range just watching old dudes' hats blow off, and golfers golf. Let's start with that. I'm going to give away my whole outright card because
you're there. You got a feel for the place. You should be locked in, right? These are all winners somehow. I guess only one of them can win. We can't parlay these, right?
No, I would not parlay these. I hope one of them.
HJ will probably parlay them.
And some of these too. This is a good promo to take advantage of the BetSperts offer. BetSperts Golf, $1 a month, because it's basically the off season for golf at this point. Just want to get people in the system, trying it out, giving us feedback. So if you were in the Discord, I put these in the Discord right when I bet them, and you can get some of the better prices because the first 3, Riley, Thigala, and Davis, I don't think those numbers exist. A lot of places had those guys in the 20, 22 range. I found them all at Bookmaker at a longer price, and a couple of them moved right away. Go hunt. If you could find anything 25 or better on those guys, I'd still bet them. But yeah, they're going to be chalky. They're going to be chalky as shit in DFS too. So I did bet some long shots. This tournament's been played 3 times. Each time the winner has been 100 to 1 or better. I think a couple 125. So couldn't not take some long shots. Matthew Neesmith is a guy I bet quite a bit. Tom Hoagie, I did watch on the driving range for a while yesterday. He looked pretty good. He's localish. He's from Fargo. Austin Smuglett's the one I took last week in the old Barracuda, and then Tyler Duncan. That's pretty wild. So,
I like a big number.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not prescriptive or predictive even to say every time they play the 3M, crazy long shot wins. But the way this tournament plays, the way this place sets up, there's going to be a shitload of birdies, but also a lot of doubles. And a lot of these guys, I kind of differentiate. These are guys that probably play, these long shots. I'll be playing them in, outrights, but I wouldn't use them for matchups. I don't, because they aren't the kind of feast or famine looks at this place. You do have some of these par 5s that are just you could probably have an eagle putt, but man, there's going to be some people that for sure are putting for double or triple at some point because there's water everywhere. So
It makes sense too, given the time of the year. It's right after a major. You don't have a lot of people traveling, and you look at the field. It's got to be hard for books to make some of these numbers. You've got Matsuyama, Finau, Sungjae Im. Those are got three competitive guys in any tournament. But now all of a sudden they go from being, I mean, generally what they're like in the 20s, high teens. Now they're all of a sudden the favorites, and I guess how do you figure out the rest of that? And does it really make sense to have some of these wide berths? I mean, there's so many big numbers out here. Does that even make sense given the field, given the quality of players? Like, is there really that big of a difference between some of these guys?
Not really, and that's where I'm just looking for guys that like if they play risk reward golf, they can score. And all these guys have. I mean, Hoagie won a tournament this year out west. He can win a tournament. So you see this all the time with some of these guys that and some other men competed last week. Although Barracuda was that weird, the weird scoring. I don't know what to do with that, but some other men competed last week. That field wasn't. I mean, that field was worse than this field. And again, it is probably anybody's tournament. I don't expect to. I don't expect like all three of the top dogs to just flame out like we saw with DJ a few years back. But if they all miss the cut, I wouldn't be surprised. Like for the most, they're pretty much locked into their FedEx spots. I put that out in the newsletter too. The FedEx playoffs are coming up. There's a bunch of guys who are here, but they're just out of the top 125, where they could win some points here, get in there, make some money at the playoffs. There's a bunch of guys that are just inside the top 125. They got to keep playing well to earn points and make sure. So Matsuyama doesn't have that problem. Like he's going to the playoffs. He's going deep into the playoffs. It's different for a lot of these the golfers who aren't for sure locked into the top 70 or even the top 30 to make it all the way to East Lake. I'll be back Sunday. I'll be live tweeting some final round stuff. I'm gonna come back and watch that for sure.
I like that. And Andy, we have boots on the ground. I like those. You can cheer for the right guys. Go out there and mess with some of those big names. Really, if you can shake them up a little.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go give them some encouragement. I'm gonna find some other in today and just give them a pep talk. I think so. Oh, Eastern European or no, just regular European tennis continues. Palermo.
I guess I never think about it as. I guess Italy would be Central Europe. I don't know. I don't really know how that works. But yes, we've got tennis. Germany's just about wrapping up. The last match in Hamburg is just underway, and at Contevate playing Rebecca Peterson. So no lines, no picks for Hamburg. Just honestly nothing even open up to bet, unfortunately. But thankfully, Italy, for some reason, as I mentioned earlier in the week, likes to push all this stuff back. Again, they're in the same time zone. Hamburg starts at 4 a.m. Eastern. The Palermo tournament has started at 10 a.m. Eastern every day. I'm not really sure why, but kudos to Italy for giving us something this afternoon. Put together a parlay here. Two favorites I like quite a bit, better than their numbers. One starts this afternoon. Sarah Sorab is Tormo. She's minus 360 here in this number at minus 115. When I put the two together, I have this closer to minus 450. She goes up against a younger player, Jean. I'm not sure actually if that's how you pronounce it, but it's just Jean.
No,
in a row.
Is that the guy from Les Miserables?
I don't think so. It's not Jean Valjean, but maybe. Who knows?
There we go.
But yeah, Jean, again, an ITF player who is getting some market respect given some performances against just lesser players. This is a great surface for Tormo. She's generally a top 50 player in the WTA on clay, maybe a little bit higher here. So just going to completely outclass her opponent here and has got a little bit of a scare in the first round. And I think in general, if you go back and look, when she loses those 3-set matches, it actually tightens her up a little bit and generally plays better the next few matches. So that one will start at 2 p.m. this afternoon Eastern. So make sure you grab that piece now. And then the next spot, Putintseva, this will be early tomorrow morning, again, as early as 4 a.m. And kind of a similar handicap here. It goes against Diane Pari, who a little bit better than Jean. Putintseva probably not as good as Tormo, but even at minus 290, I have Putintseva closer to minus 360, minus 370. So again, happy to put the two together. Tormo will be this afternoon. Putintseva early in the morning. So something to watch this afternoon on. It was kind of an empty sports day now that I think about it, but I guess we do have a little footy, eh?
Yeah, I did see that too. Somebody tweeted that out. There's none of the major four sports are playing. Golf tournament doesn't start till tomorrow. Tennis is 250s this week. So somebody tweeted, it's like, why doesn't the WNBA just have games from like 11 a.m. till midnight today? And just like how we do something called Hockey Day Minnesota here, where you have there's like a high school game. There's a bunch of stuff going on. There's college games all day long. They really push it out. The WNBA should do something like that. They can really make hay today, but we'll bet on what we can have at. And, I'll
Always plenty.
Yeah, there's always money to be made. Yeah, it's funny too. Like even yesterday, I had one bet yesterday, which was so 100% 1-0. Can you guess what it was?
Under in the All-Star game?
No, I didn't bet the All-Star game. I bet Contemplate's opponent plus 5.5 games. The more I looked at that,
there you go.
An obscene number. So 1-0 thanks to Alex. Good job. WNBA does have a game right now. I thought they had like one game tonight. I guess maybe I misread the tweet. We'll have to look at that. So if there is a WNBA game right now, kudos to them, I guess.
It starts in about 15 minutes. It's the only game they have today.
Oh, so they do have just one. I thought it was one late game, so just one early game. That's it. So,
yeah.
All right. I'm going to hammer through this quick because it's hot out here, first of all. And second of all, I see the catering people starting to bring lunch into the media tent. I want to go back in there and get sandwiches again. So quick win total Wednesday. Vikings over 9. I found a minus 115. Shop around. There was 9.5s for basically the same price. I don't understand at all. This is pretty much saying a team that I have as an above average team is a 500 team. 9-8 is basically your new 500. They have plenty of wins in the schedule. Cousins is above average quarterback, and they're getting, even if we don't believe in KOC, you don't have a defensive minded head coach anymore who is determined to just pound the rock. Like, anything to unlock what this offense could be, and this team isn't. I don't think this is a Super Bowl team. I don't think it's a team that maybe it is. Who knows? Like, there's a wide range of outcomes for that team, but again, with the with the new regime coming in with Kevin O'Connell, it's for sure a team that can win 10, 11 games if this offense works. There's so many dynamic players on offense and a fair enough schedule. They have some nasty, disadvantageous travel spots. If you go back and watch the deep dive, there was I think the spot against Miami is the worst for disadvantage, I guess, for travel and rest. But it's a trip to Miami anyway, and they're going to be a slight dog. That would be a bonus. I'd really count that one as a win. So I will. I'll take this minus 09 over 9 minus 115 on the Vikes for sure.
Yeah, I like this, and again,
smaller than my Bears one, but I did place this morning.
Yeah, I listened to that deep dive actually the other day. It was one of the teams you covered. Did you play any Vikings to win the division?
I haven't done anything with that yet. I'm still determining plan of attack on some of that stuff as we go. I haven't played a lot of division prices yet. I want to look at a few more things at how I'm going to. Honestly, if I played any other Vikings things, it would be something along the lines of like Jefferson to lead the league in receiving. That guy, even in a ho-hum, let's run the ball and be predictable offense, the guy still had like 1,600 yards. Like, his ceiling might be 2,000 if it's a focused, passing offense that centers around getting him the ball. The guy could have one of the greatest seasons of all time. He's that good. Like, it could be a really fun season for the wide receivers up here in the Twin Cities area. And then, Euros are back. And I laid a heavy price already on this game. So I looked at all the possible matchups that England could have had in this one, the way it worked out. I said, I just presupposed they win their group. They're in this quarterfinal. Looked at all the teams they can play. And Spain was a very likely opponent. The way it hashed out, the way I looked at it, I said, I don't think they'll be less than like minus 200 to advance versus Spain. And again, so these are knockout matches. If they end in ties, you'll do extra time. You'll do penalty kicks. It's not the same. We can't have ties anymore.
Yeah.
So I laid like minus 170 on England to make the semifinals, which means to win this game because it's a quarterfinal game. So I essentially already bet this game, England to advance. And again, I got a little CLV. It is minus 200 a lot of places. So good for me. Happy for me. I know some people have bet England just to win, to advance in this game. You can find minus 105 on the three-way to win in regulation. It's not a bad look either, but I do think this offense hasn't been fully unlocked every game. We've seen a couple times. I mean, the one game against Norway where they just unleashed hell. Like, I know that knockout games are cagier and they play a little more conservative because you can't, if you do screw up and lose this game, there's no, oh, we'll just win them. We'll advance by doing whatever else we need to in the rest of the group. So they are cagier, lower scoring. I still can't find a spot where England doesn't score twice here. Their defense has been good. I do have this. My modal outcome is 2-0 England. Maybe I'll play an exact score too for a couple of shekels. But England team total over 1.5 plus 125 is my official first bet of the knockouts. Next 4 days, we'll have knockouts. My Swedes are coming up soon, so it's coming home, guys.
Way to go, women's Euros. Way to give us something to watch because every other league is afraid of the All-Star.
Yes. Yeah, the All-Star break stinks. Although the Derby was fun. And apparently the look was first 5 over yesterday. Because, man, it looks like, oh, they're just going to shell people. And then the scoring just stopped. I did watch the most of the second half of the All-Star game. Kind of got boring. I liked it better when they're hitting home runs.
I know.
Buxton
give back a little bit of the Soto money. Yeah. But what are you going to do?
Buxton hit a ball that was like head high, about 390. So congrats to that. That's just absurd. He made contact on that. I would look so silly swinging at that. So yeah, thanks to you guys. Go watch your WNBA. Thanks to Alex, producer Dan. Give us some thumbs up. I'll be back in the office tomorrow. We'll talk some more Euros. We'll talk some more tennis. We'll talk some more 3M. I'll have some afternoon daily plays. Friday we'll have another guest in. We'll talk some college football, regular season windows again. So hit the thumbs up and check you tomorrow.